Hello, how sweet it is. Welcome to Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network with co-host Joyce Ingram and Connie.
Hello.
Hey, and co-host Connie Lawrence. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Man,
Blessed and highly favored.
Oh man, another beautiful day here on God's green earth. It's beautiful outside, it's sunny, and we're here again to give people what they want, and that's more information. Well, let's start with Miss Connie. Miss Connie, I know you're out doing some stuff right now. You're working hard and all that good stuff. That's why we can't see your face here today, because you're out there making that money. I want to know, can I come and borrow some? Hardest woman on stage now. Well, Miss Connie, let's get into defining healthy skincare. So first of all, what is skincare?
Skincare is basically taking care of the outer layer of your body. It's going to involve your facial hair, and it's going to also involve your overall body as well, all the way down to your feet. And so both of these are going to be considered what we call overall skincare. They're broke up into different parts, like I said, the body and then the face. But you care for them a little bit differently, but they're both very important.
I love it. So why is it so important?
Well, if you think about it, just like you see a piece of fruit or a vegetable growing, it is usually protected by some type of a covering, an outer layer, a shell, or anything. And that basically protects the inside. So you kind of want to think of your body as the same place, or your same way. The outer layer of your skin definitely protects everything on the inside. So it's the first thing that is exposed to everything, to all types of conditions. The harsh sun, the frigid cold in some cases, and those things can be very tough on your skin. So there's no really way to control the weather around you. You have to be able to protect your skin so that your skin can last, because you have your skin, for the rest of your life. So you want to make sure that you try to nurture it and keep it as healthy as possible, so that it'll last you and you won't have any issues for the rest of your life with it.
So I have a question. So actually being a guy, what if I wanted to make my facial skin more healthy? What would you say to me as far as what can I do to make my facial skin very healthy and vibrant and shiny and all that good stuff that guys don't tend to always think about, but some do? So how would I do that?
Yes, that is something I'm definitely going to get into a little bit later on as I go into a few healthy ways to take care of your skin, natural ways to protect it, and things like that. But definitely something that gentlemen want to be aware of, as well as trying to protect the skin.
Awesome. So who should be concerned with skincare?
Pretty much everyone that has skin. You want to, at any age, your skin is always going to be vulnerable to the, outside conditions. So you always want to, everyone should be mindful of that and do what they can at any age. Now, it does require maybe different things for different people, depending on, how long you've been in your skin. But you still want to take that time, to protect it and take care of it. So everyone, from all the way from age 0 up, should be concerned with trying to maintain healthy skin.
Nice. So let's get into body and facial care. Define body and facial care. Body care and facial care.
So basically, your facial care is going to be one of the more delicate of the two. It involves, cleaning your face, making sure it's moisturized, hydrated. Those are the main three things that you do to your face. Obviously, you can augment it with makeup and different creams and things, or even surgery. But for the most part, we just basically, we focus on cleansing it, hydrating it, and moisturizing it. to ensure that it lasts, the elasticity stays in it as long as possible. Same with your body, your legs, arms, chest area, all of that. You want to make sure that it is protected as well. So it involves a little bit different care. It's not as delicate for some people. Some people it is. Some people have skin conditions like eczema or extreme dry skin, or, you may have scarring, different things like that. So you want to take care of your skin depending on what type of, needs it has.
And why is it important?
Because, again, that's our first outer layer of, to protect our inside. So if you're some type of person that, you're out in the sun a lot, you may have a different skincare regimen than someone that says, they may stay in the house more often. If you live in a colder climate, most of the time, you would definitely want to take a little bit different approach in how you keep your skin maintaining a healthy skin care regimen. So with those two instances, those would be different ways that you would still care for your skin, but you have to make sure that you do something in both situations, because both of them can be extremely harsh on your skin.
Right. So what are the best practices for maintaining healthy skin?
So for this, I would always suggest, of course, cleansing. You don't really think about your cleanser a lot that you use on your body or your face. But again, like I said, with the face, you want to be a little bit more delicate than something that you would use on your body. So with body washes, I always recommend something that can kind of be a little bit more gentler, especially if you have skin conditions or if you easily, develop irritations and things like that, inflammations on your skin from harsh products. So I always suggest using something like a baking soda, something that has like a baking soda in it. That's always a very gentle cleanser on you. Castle soap is always going to be at the top, number one thing that you could use. Obviously, it could be multi-purpose use, but I feel like that's one of the best cleansers that you can use. Black soap is another good one that you can use on your skin as well, and it's actually gentle enough where you can use it on your face as well. Followed by making sure that, you moisturize, hydrate your skin. Our body is made up mostly of water, and so our skin needs that as well. It absorbs water not the same way that we consume it, but it does absorb water, and so our skin is looking for some type of a hydration as well as a moisture. So not water, but something that has water in it. Most of your lotions and things like that is going to be made up of water. If you're a person that likes oils, it's obviously not going to have a lot of hydration in it, so you may have to follow it with the lotion every now and then, depending on the type of oil you're using on your skin. If it's a heavier oil like shea butter or something, you may not necessarily have to follow it up with anything because it is thick enough where it keeps you hydrated, it moisturizes as well. But if you're using something, like maybe a coconut oil or something a little bit thinner, not as thick, you may have to follow it up with a lotion, or you may just want to add that to your lotion regimen or cream, whatever you're using to hydrate your skin.
This is great information.
Basically making sure.
Man, I love
hydrated and moisturized.
I love that. I mean, this is great information that we need to know. I mean, this is absolutely outstanding. Let's get into natural body care. Define natural body care.
So that natural body care is basically using products that are not maybe 100%, but going for that route of being 100% natural, meaning it doesn't have any synthetic preservatives made. Everything used is a raw material, basically coming from a plant-derived type of product. So you can find that in cleansers. There's a lot of natural cleansers that people actually make, as well as you can go into the store and buy. And then you just kind of follow that up with some type of a natural, moisturizer. Again, you can go with like a body butter. That's going to be 100% natural most of the time because it's nothing but oils, just in a different, a thicker form of oils combined. Your lotions, those are also a good route to go if you can find something that doesn't have a lot of preservatives in there. And the reason why you want to go with something that doesn't have as many preservatives is because when something is naturally made, it generally has more concentrated materials as opposed to something that has preservatives in it, where it kind of uses less of that raw material, and they're putting preservatives in it to make sure that the product withstands, being on the shelf for a long time. So if you're using something that's kind of naturally made, fresh, if you can, that's your skin is going to be. It's just like eating a fresh fruit or a fresh vegetable for your skin, if you can find something along that line to use on it on a daily basis.
Awesome. Is there any relation between our internal and healthy skincare?
Definitely. You can always tell someone that does not drink a lot of water. One of the main indications is dry skin. You don't think about it, but our body is made up of, majority of it is made up of water. So it's really important for us to get the proper water intake, especially if you're a person that maybe consumes tobacco products. Your skin is going to dry out even worse. So you should really, try to pound in on the water. But definitely, if you don't drink a lot of water, you'll notice that the main thing is your skin, as far as your face, can be really dry looking. You may notice that, your skin, maybe your body is a little scaly, your arms, your legs, things like that. That could be an indication that you're not consuming enough water, or your body's not hydrated enough. So that definitely is a key factor of not just putting on, a lot of creams and moisturizers, but you have to make sure that you intake enough water in your diet to keep your skin looking refreshed. You can tell the same thing if someone that drinks a lot of water, they don't have a lot of, issue or inflammation or anything on their skin. They don't have a lot of bumps or anything like that on their face. Discoloration, everything is, very clear skin is an indication that someone consumes a lot of water.
And how are they related?
Well, again, you want to make sure that along with the water, if you're a person that consumes, like, for instance, I'll say teenagers, because they're, the main ones that consume, like, a lot of candy, sugary type products, just a lot of junk food in general, you may notice that you have a lot of pimples, you have the dark spots on your face and different things like that. Or you may start breaking out. If you see someone breaking out, it could be other things, but a lot of times they're not consuming enough water and they're consuming too much junk and sugar and things like that, and that stuff gets in your body. It has to come out some way, just like if you're, working out or whatever, you have to sweat. The sweat's going to come out of your body. Those things and toxins in your body, they come out in your skin. So if you see someone with a lot of that on their face, it could be that they don't have a proper diet as well. So that's a huge indicator that, your skin you can only do so much with the outer layer. If you're not doing what you're supposed to internally, it's going to actually show externally eventually as well.
Great info. Well, Ms. Connie, I know that you have some questions for me, right? So fire away.
Sure, Dr. James. And second here, I appreciate.
I think you want to talk about goals or something.
Yes, I see that, goals. Okay, so what's the best way to reach your goals?
The best way to reach your goals is to go straight forward, straight to them. Don't put them off, because a lot of people put off goals.
Okay. And should you take your time, or do you think you should go full speed with that?
Full speed ahead, because a lot of people think you should take your time, but what taking your time does is it takes forever, and unless you're aging backwards, time is still going forward, and you'll get to an age one day where you'll say, well, forget it. I'm 70 years old now. Forget it. I'm just not going to do, so I say full speed ahead.
So do you think you're ever too old to reach a goal?
No, you're never too old to reach your goal. It just depends on a person's mind frame. Some people will feel like, oh, I'm too old, but you're never too old, but you can't tell everybody that.
Okay. Well, let's move on to talking about automated leads. How do you automate leads?
You automate leads by calling enough people. If you're calling from a list or you going online, how you automate them is you call a certain amount. If you have, let's say, a list of 100 names, if you call 20 a day, you're going to reach at least half of those people, and you're going to get 1 to 3 of those people to spend money. So that's how you automate them, by at least trying to work those numbers.
Okay, and how long should this take, or how long does this usually take?
So as far as you should do this for your whole career, as far as getting new leads, depending on what you do. If you're selling food for a living, that's totally different, because we need food to live. But if you're selling something that everybody may or may not care about, such as knowledge, even though you should, or even skincare, right? Everyone should care about it, but does everyone care about it, right? So you have to reach that number to get a certain amount of people that's paying attention.
Okay. All right, well, let's move it on to talking about the power of numbers. How many customers do you think it takes to get a yes?
So, and that's a little bit of what we touched on. So if you talk to at least 20 customers, you're going to get 8 to 12 of them that's really going to be paying attention, and you'll get 1 to 3 yeses, and that's a numbers game. That's pretty much, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so you said it is really a numbers game.
Yeah. So
for someone starting out in business,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say. So for someone starting out in business, would you recommend them to do that, to keep going, or would you, as far as with the numbers that you've given there, or would you say that they should do more?
Well, they should definitely do more, and it depends on the field. It depends on how many people that a person can reach in a day, as far as calls or texting or kind of whatever you want to do. You have to reach 20, 10, 30, 50, 40, depending on whatever you can do. So I recommend people going full speed ahead. So yeah, I love that. That was some excellent questions, Miss Connie. I know I want to move into Miss Joyce here. Miss Joyce, let's get into criminal activity. What should we be aware of in your business?
Okay, criminal activity. I'm just going to say we should definitely be aware, because our areas of town is not the safest area of town. So we need to be aware of burglars, robbers, someone vandalizing our business, shoplifting when they're in the store or business, or even employee theft. Fraud, meaning like they're stealing time. This is very costly to a small business owner.
Right.
So we definitely want to make sure that we do have the right individuals working for us. And, because what happens a lot of times when we have something to happen in those aspects, there's a cost adjustment that has to take place. The hours may change. You sometimes even have to raise your prices a little bit, or maybe relocate, or simply sometimes close down because you can't keep up, So it's very important that we be aware of where our business, the locations, do your homework on the locations, do your homework as it relates to the crime activity that's in that community, And a lot of times when you have good neighbors, that's why it's good to have good neighbors, because good neighbors will watch out for you. They see something suspicious, they may call 911 for you if you're not there, and the business is closed for the day. So it's very important.
I love it. So I guess that kind of answered that second question about importance of what is around our business. Great answer. Let's move into perseverance. How important is perseverance in your business?
Well, perseverance is very, very much important, because it helps us to keep the ability to keep pushing and keep pursuing our goals. even faced with difficulties, or we may have obstacles to come our way that may cause us to not be successful in a small business. So I would say it's very important.
And what does having perseverance do for your business?
It helps us to stay focused. It helps us to push forward no matter what's going on around us or even in our personal lives. Because I'm a prime example. And even when things are not going smoothly, it keeps us, pushing forward no matter what. It keeps us with perseverance. Because without perseverance, we're going to lag. We're going to, procrastinate. We're going to, be ready to throw in the towel. And so it's very good for us to have perseverance.
And I'm so glad, really, that you touched on that, because I do know personally that you have perseverance because of our conversations, right?
Right. Right.
And I commend you on having that perseverance, and that kind of lets us know that you are a strong person, which I already knew that. So that leads us into passion. Let's talk about it. Why is having so much passion important in your business?
Well, passion is very important. When having passion in a business, it helps you to seek out the main focus of why you're doing what you're doing. And this means that you will work tirelessly to create products or services that are born the demand of the target customers that you're trying to target and sell to or service to. It helps us to also provide a better customer service skill to our customers, and so that our customers would probably be loyal to our business. They would, that network we call word of mouth, be willing to say, oh, I know this person does excellent work, They'll be willing to vouch for your business and what services you provide or what products you provide. Oh, this product is excellent. It did this, and the third for me. So yes, it's very important to be passionate, because when you do it with passion, it kind of doesn't leave a little room for error, because this is something you are pumped up about. This is your life. This is something you've always wanted to do. For instance, like with me with foster care, I fostered for 26 years, and now I'm ready to close that chapter because I've adopted all 4 of my kids. Now I'm ready to do something different. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I was passionate at the beginning. I was passionate at the middle. Then I was passionate at the end. So now opening up another avenue, another chapter, and I'm passionate about what I'm doing now, 8 Souls Enterprise.
I love that. I love it. So passion, I actually would like to ask Miss Connie about passion, because Miss Connie, do you have passion on everything you do, or is some of the things you do more passionate than others?
I would have to say it is. I do have probably more passion for the thing I've done more, the thing I've been doing the longest, which is braiding hair. I'm pretty passionate about that. I think comparing the other things I do feel that more strongly about that one, and that may be because I enjoy it more too. It's more of a creative avenue along with the skincare. But I would say that yes, anything that allows me to be creative without any restrictions can probably easily become a passion for me.
Awesome. And see, me, passion will help. As far as if you have passion towards something, it makes it easier. But is it needed? Is it needed? The answer is no. It's not needed, because obviously I am an Amazon of services. I do a lot of different things, and everything I do, I don't have incredible passion. There's probably 6 or 7 things that I really have passion for, that I love doing. And then there's about 20 some things I do there's not passion. I just do it because I want to do it and because it probably makes money. For instance, real estate investing is one of the things I do. I don't have a passion for it. I just ran into a person in my younger years, and I saw that it could help make money and blah, 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 stuff like that. And I just ended up doing it. But there's no passion in doing it. You know, it wasn't a passion. So you don't have to love something to go do something, long as you don't hate it. Now, if you hate it, then obviously then you shouldn't do it. But if you just like it and it makes money, then it's worth doing. But if you love it, then it just makes it easier. So that's my experience. Now, if you're only doing one or two things, period, then yes, it's probably better to focus on passion or accrue a passion, because you can accrue a passion. So having said that, Ms. Joyce, why should we have it? Why should we have passion?
As I stated, for me, and I only can speak for me, like, well, you know, I like to cook. That is a passion because I like to see the smiles. I like to see what it does to a person. I like to hear the choo-choo talk, you know. Even I used to do hair some years back. And as Miss Connie said, it's very creative. It's an art, you know, freestyling, doing someone's hair, whether it's a wig, whether it's doing braids or crochet braiding or whatever it is. And to see that person once you're done with your craft, it's excellent. It's just so motivating for the next person to come in the door.
I love it.
So for me, those are passions of mine, you know, that I enjoy doing. I mean, on the other hand, sometimes I don't like to be a wife. That's not a passion. I mean, but I love my husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying when you say you don't always have to have a passion for certain things. Well, I like to stick close to the things that I really enjoy doing because, I mean, sometimes I'm not going to put much effort for me. Now, I said I'm not going to put much effort into something that I just truly don't like doing.
Right.
I love to talk. You know that.
Absolutely.
You figure that out, I think, by now.
Man, that is awesome, man. I love it. Guys, that's going to have to do it. We're toward the end of our show. But what I like to say is if you want to get in touch with Ms. Joyce about her services, Ms. Joyce, they call what number again?
214-329-8457.
And Ms. Connie, with all the services she does, Ms. Connie, they would call what number?
940-300-0825.
I love it. And if you want to call Dr. James for any of my services, you'd call 469-765-5327. And again, guys, thank you for tuning in to Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. And we're going to see you guys next week, same channel, same day, and tune in to get more incredible info from this incredible panel. You guys have a wonderful day and God bless.